Hey guys, what's up? How are you guys doing today? Good. I am supposed to be already live, right? Please let me know if you can either hear me or see me. Good evening, I should say. Yeah, the stream seems to be offline. This is the same situation. There you go. So my stream is lagging, but you guys can see me. Awesome. Welcome back, guys. Hey, Justin. What's up, everyone? This is my first time. Welcome, Justin. Hey, Justin. Hopefully, this one will not be your last time. So welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Jacob. What's up, bro? Long time no see, Jacob. Please drop a comment down below and let me know what stocks you guys want me to go over. Today I was more active on Discord than lately. They moved the tape a bit, so we saw profit taking in many semiconductor stocks, and we had I'm not gonna say a red day across the board because that wasn't the case, but you never know. What do you guys think? Is the top in? Or do you believe that we are still going higher? Macmillan 357. What's up, bro? Justin Manny. I got cooked today. I'm really thinking about selling my NOx shares. It's feeling like what? It's feeling like like a dud. BRKB. FICO. Awesome. Perfect. Okay. In the meantime, and while you guys let me know what stocks you want me to go over, let me make a summary of what happened today. Take a look. And keep in mind that we have no top. Yeah. Sometimes it looks like that, right? Today, at around 1:32 p.m., it looked like the bears were going to be able to get the job done. But once again, they ended up buying the dip. Unbelievable, guys. I mean, that's what, for the most part, happens in uptrends. You get a pullback, and buyers end up buying the dip. So that's exactly what happened today. And we'll see until when that happens. There is going to be a day, guys. We don't know when. But there is going to be a day in which the dip doesn't get bought up. That's it. But that wasn't the case today. Okay, so check this out. Russell 2000 went down today 0.39%. The Nasdaq went down 0.79%. The Dow went up a bit of rotation maybe from technology into the Dow Jones. So the Dow went up 0.77% and the S&P 500 went down 0.25%. If we take a look, because if you see the performance of the main indices, what's the conclusion? Oh, today we had a red day in the markets and stuff like that. Okay, take a look at the sectors. Take a look at the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500. All of them went up today, led by energy, which went up 1.84%, except for consumer staples, down 0.22%. This is not an important sector in the markets from a market cap weight standpoint. Real estate, not an important sector either. And take a look at the tech sector, down today 1.12%. So we supposedly had today a red day when it comes to the SPY and the Qs, Nasdaq 100, the S&P 500. But take a look at the sectors. Most of the sectors went up today. Energy up 1.84%. Utilities up 0.87%. The financial sector, an important sector inside the S&P 500, up 0.53%. Communication services up 0.43%. Healthcare up 0.33%. Consumer discretionary up 0.13%. Materials up 0.10%. Industrials up 0.06%. So we only had 3 sectors closing in the red today. So pretty much, guys, the sector that we can point out as the responsible for the red day that we had today was technology. Keep this in mind. This is important information. Okay? Yeah, we saw some sort of rotation from technology into other sectors. Okay, but keep in mind, I wanted to show you this screenshot. There you go. Tomorrow we have a rebalancing on XLK. Do you guys know what is XLK? This is the technology ETF. This is very important information, okay? Put this down on a sticky note. Let me read this article for you guys. Okay, so according to the information provided, the next XLK rebalance is scheduled to take place at the end of this week. So pretty much tomorrow on June 21st. Okay, Microsoft and Nvidia are expected to have a weight of around 21% each in the ETF, making them the two top holdings of XLK, again, the technology ETF. Listen up here. Apple is expected to see its weighting drop significantly from around 22% to 4.5%. Okay? The rebalancing will result in a massive trade worth approximately $23 billion, with about $11 billion being sold from Apple and $10 billion being bought in Nvidia. Less Apple, more Nvidia, correct. So we saw Apple underperforming today. It got killed. And now the big question is Apple going to keep pulling back tomorrow? That's an alternative. But also Nvidia got killed today, guys. So is it, or can we make a case that maybe what could be potentially happening tomorrow would be Apple going down further, but maybe Nvidia going higher again? Because let me take a look, by the way, at the performance of Nvidia and Apple. So Nvidia went down today. How much? 3.54%, down pretty much $5. And in the case of Apple, it went down today. Let me see. 2% or $4. Pretty much $5. So let's see what happens tomorrow. This is going to be interesting. And by the way, keep in mind that tomorrow we have quadruple witching. Do you guys know what is quadruple witching? You should know. So tomorrow we are going to have a massive expiration of options of stocks, futures, and indices. So the quad witching happens every third Friday of March, June, September, and December. And check this out, guys. I think that tomorrow we are going to have the largest quad witching ever. Take a look at this. We have tomorrow $5.1 trillion worth of options expiring on one single trading session. This is absolutely unbelievable. So, needless to say, guys, on quad witching days, we see volatility picking up, and usually weird stuff happens. And by the way, I am going to say something here, and I am going to put some sort of possibility on the table that I guess that many of you guys are not thinking about. Okay, so tonight we have the summer solstice. You might believe that maybe I am crazy. Listen up. So both the winter solstice, which happens on December 21st, and the on December 20th, I think, and the summer solstice, which occurs on June 20th, are days that could be potentially signaling a turn in the markets. So if you have the markets like melting up and going up like crazy into any of these events, that could be potentially implying some sort of turn in the markets. Obviously, this isn't guaranteed, of course. And on the flip side, say that we enter into a bear market, I don't know, maybe next month. And the markets, I don't know, just, go down and down and down. Say that we are trading, I don't know, 10 or 15 or 20% of the highs into the winter solstice. So that could be potentially signaling a turn in the markets. So these are events that I would say that I respect. And obviously, I don't have any puts. I mean, I wasn't buying puts today because we have the summer solstice tonight. But I am aware that this date could imply a turn in the markets. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the top is in as of today, guys. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. But I am expecting some sort of turn in the markets. I don't know. I am not going to set a date for that. But that's something that I just wanted to, to put under your radar, okay? So, quad weights in tomorrow. Important day. And on top of that, we'll see what happens with the rebalancing of XLK. Because, yeah, it might be affecting 3 very important stocks, such as Microsoft, Nvidia, and Apple. So, yeah, tomorrow we might have an interesting day. By the way, guys, and I can tell that some of you guys are not familiar with we have some news over here. This is my Discord channel, and I haven't been very active on Discord because the markets haven't been doing much. We have had a lot of narrow ranging trading sessions that for the most part don't offer a lot of trading opportunities, SPY or SPY-wise. But today they moved the tape, and I was very active on Discord calling bulls and strikes. So check this out, guys. At 11:37 a.m., I posted. Once again, the tape got slow, guys. It's either, listen up here, it's either they break 548.50 to the downside, in which case puts out on the table, or they burst above 550, in which case the melt-up operation continues. I posted this information at 11:37 a.m. So let's reconcile this information with the technical charts. Remember, 11:37 a.m. Take a look. Let's pull up here a 1 day, 1 minute chart of the SPY. Okay, there it is. So at 11:37 a.m., I told you guys, if the bulls cannot burst above $548.50 ish, puts out on the table. And take a look at what happened here, guys. Let me zoom in a bit. So at 12:17, they killed the tape. And why? Well, because the bulls were enabled since 11:50 a.m. and until 12:17 to what? To do what? To burst above 548.50. And I warned you guys about this situation. Take a look. I told you. Okay? It's either they break 548.50 to the downside, in which case puts out on the table, or they burst above 550, in which case the multiple operation continues. So the fact that they couldn't consolidate above 548.50, and most importantly, the fact that they broke 548.50 to the downside, pretty much, take a look, gave rise to a drop of pretty much 0.50%. I hope that some of you guys were able to take this trade the way that I was describing it on Discord. I didn't get as SPY puts, but I got puts of ARM holdings. Let me show you the screenshot. I should have it over here. Let me see. This was the best trade that I took today. Take a look. There you go. Here it is. I decided to short ARM holdings when I saw the SPY breaking 548.50 to the downside. And I ended up making over here $540. This was my best trade today. I also day traded Dell, and I also took a day trade with what? What else was it? I think that it was Dell and Super Microcomputer, correct. That's what I did today. So if you guys want to have access to this information, you just need to take a look at my Discord channel. So usually I am posting a pre-market commentary, and as the trading session progresses, and if if the tape is actually doing something or relevant, I am, as I always told you guys on Discord, I am calling bulls and strikes over here. So yeah, they did move the tape today. Okay, let's go over the SPY. I was thinking, guys, about grabbing puts into the closing bell, but let me pull up here once again the 1 day, 1 minute chart. This is what prevented me from grabbing puts. This white line that you guys can see over here. This is the 5-day moving average. Take a look. We saw a massive drop from 12.15 and on. Okay, the bulls found support at 5:45.18. By the way, the level of support that I was calling out, guys, once this big drop occurred was, let me see, 12.23 here. Let me see. What was the level of support that I was calling out? Let's see. Okay, take a look. At 1:36 p.m., I told you $545.40. 545.40. Let's see if this holds. Take a look at the level of support that the bulls ended up bouncing back up from. 545.18. We can make a case that I was pretty much in the park here, guys. I said 545.40. And once the bulls were able to bounce back up from $545.18, we saw a rally up to $548.24. So say that you try to play a bounce over here with my call out, saying that $545.40 was potentially going to be able to give rise to a bounce. You were right regardless, because they just dropped the tape a bit more and they ended up finding support 20 cents below the level that I told you guys about. Okay, let's see if this holds. So this information is available for you guys throughout the trading session. And by the way, what I have been doing, guys, lately, and since we have been having these very narrow ranging trading sessions, is trading individual stocks, obviously, okay, and not trading the SPY. But if they move the tape, I think that you guys can find value on the stuff that I am posting on Discord. Okay. So I was telling you that I was thinking about grabbing puts into the closing bell today, but take a look at this white line. This is none other than the 5-day moving average. So the bulls were able to hold it as support into the closing bell. So despite the fact that today we saw, a sizable profit taken in most of the semiconductor stocks, which as of now are very important for the markets as a whole. Take a look at this technical chart. Nothing happened here, guys, today, other than a bit of profit taking. That is just the truth of the matter. Okay, so we can see over here all the moving averages upward sloping, and most importantly, the 5-day moving average, which happens to be the moving average that I use in order to determine who is in charge of minor time frames, is still upward sloping, and it was held as support into the closing bell. So no harm, no foul here, guys. They can keep going higher tomorrow, so nothing to complain about the SPY. Okay, there you go. So let's go over some individual stocks, guys. Let's see. HPE, Hewlett-Packard. Let's go over Hewlett-Packard. It got killed today, guys, as most of the AI related stocks out there. It went down 1.65% and it closed the trading session at $21.48. So this is the analysis that I am about to tell you guys about HPE is very similar to the one that I just told you guys about the SPY. So if the bulls can recapture tomorrow and consolidate above this 5-day moving average, so above $21.70, they are going to confirm that they are in total control of HPE in both minor and major timeframes. So any process of consolidation above $21.70 could be signaling that we have higher prices once again coming up for Hewlett-Packard. Let me zoom out over here. Take a look. Above all the moving averages except for the 5-day moving average. So this level is going to be critical, guys, in my opinion, for HPE tomorrow. So opening the trading session below $21.70, and most importantly, not being able to recapture that level is, in minor time frames, bearish action, and this could be signaling that we have a larger pullback coming up for Hewlett-Packard. Down to where, you may ask? What about 20 bucks? 20 bucks is a previous resistance back from when? Back from early March that could be acting as support, okay? You guys know that previous areas of resistance tend to act as new areas of support, so this could be the case for Hewlett-Packard. Let me see if I can visualize over here any anchor VWAPs that could be worth pointing out. Okay, this is my favorite HPE, there you go. Okay, let's see. I mean, yeah, this stock is pretty much at all-time highs, right? Is it? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, so we don't have any buyers trapped over here. Yeah, this is an all-time highs, guys. So no buyers trapped anywhere. Let me see. Let me display here an anchor VWAP from all-time highs. Yeah, $21.90, guys. So yeah, if you guys happen to see HPE trading above $21, and I mean, we can raise the bar a bit over here, taking into account the anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs. Say, if you guys see HPE consolidating, let's round up this number, trading above 22 bucks. That's bullish action. That could be signaling that we have higher prices coming up for Hewlett-Packard. Let me take a look at the market structure of HPE. This is a tool that I use on a daily basis, guys. Okay, in order to spot, in order to visualize potential imbalances between the demand and the supply of any given stock. So what you guys can see on top of this chart is the demand or buyers, and at the bottom, the supply. So take a look. What do we see over here? The demand is clearly, rising. It is through the roof. And the supply is also starting to rise little by little. And as of now, the supply is a bit above this dotted line that I am signaling, that I am pointing out with my mouse. This is the average supply. Let's just put it that way. So as you guys can see over here, we have more buyers than sellers, okay, in minor time frames, but sellers are starting to step in like slowly but surely over here. So for me, in order to go long HPE, I would rather see a process of consolidation above $22 approximately. Okay, so what other stock you want me to go over, guys? Drop a comment. I don't have much time today. I have something to do in 45 minutes. Let me know. MicroTrajery. Nijat says, what website is that? Okay, this is Market Structure Edge. Let me move my camera a bit so you guys can see it. There you go. Market Structure Edge. You need to pay for this service. But by the way, they have a free trial of 30 days, so you guys can give it a try. And if you like it, and if you happen to find the value on this website, then you can, set up an auto pay and have access to this information every day. Okay, so Market Structure Edge. This is the name of the website. Okay, let's go over advanced micro devices. This is an easy one. I'm not going to invest a lot of time on AMD. Okay, so AMD got some love today, guys. It went up 4.62% and it closed the trading session at $161.78. So, guys, we have gone over AMD on multiple occasions before, and let me pull up once and for all the anchor VWAPs. Let me show you. AMD. Take a look. Let me have a sip of Sprite here. Okay, let me zoom out here. This is an easy one, guys. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me take a sip of Sprite here. Okay. So, check this out. Over here, you guys can visualize two anchor VWAPs. The first one would be this a VWAP that I am pointing out with my mouse. So take a look. This is an anchor VWAP that comes from AMD's all-time highs, which was hit back on March 8th. Okay? This anchor VWAP is signaling as of now an average price of $168. Then we have this other anchor VWAP or a VWAP that comes from the first trading session of the year. So this is pretty much a year-to-date anchor VWAP. And take a look at how these two AVWAPs, guys, are pretty much coinciding. And take a look at how it's been impossible for AMD to trade or consolidate above these two anchor VWAPs. So AMD, guys, is a no touch below $170. This is an easy one. The second, guys, AMD bursts above 170. I am going to be more than willing in order to grab some calls over here. So, what information are these two anchor VWAPs sending to us? It is very simple. So, the average market participant that started a position on AMD from all-time highs as of now has an average cost of $168. So, most of those market participants are losing money as of now. And the same goes for the other anchor VWAP, which is the year-to-date anchor VWAP that I just told you guys about. Over here, we have market participants with an average price of $169. So this is a super well-defined area of overhead supply for AMD. We have a lot of buyers trapped between $168 and $170, 170 bucks. You guys understand what I am saying? So above 170, AMD starts to look bullish, and below 170 bucks, yeah, maybe you can try to day trade AMD, but below 170 bucks, most of the rallies that AMD could be having are very likely to end up being sold. So, a no touch, in my opinion, below 170 bucks. Let me see if from a market structure standpoint, do we have, I don't know, maybe a light at the end of the tunnel from a demand and supply standpoint? Let's see. Take a look, guys. The demand is going down. Remember, on top of this chart, you guys can see the demand, and at the bottom, you guys can see the supply. The demand is going down, and the supply is also going down. So, I mean, this is a market structure that is signaling that buyers are still walking away from AMD. A no touch below 170 bucks. And yes, you can, I don't know, they traded. Maybe, I don't know, consolidating above this pink line that I am signaling over here with my mouse. So above $163. This is the 20-day moving average. So maybe, you know, starting a position on AMD from $163 up to the area that I just told you guys about, between 169 and 170. That, by the way, coincides with the 100-day moving average. This could represent a 3.58% profit trade. So nothing to sneeze at. But don't get too enthusiastic about AMD below 170, guys. Okay? That's the model of the story over here in the case of AMD. Gaming and renting. Just joined the Discord this week. I'm still a beginner. Where can I get more directions and information to get started? Bro, I mean, on my Discord channel, I think, because I mean, most of the pro investors are calling out levels about the SPY and stuff, and all of them do a very good job. But I don't know if I am the only pro investor that is like specialized, you know, on the SPY. So if you want to day trade the SPY, you're going to have a lot of information on my Discord channel if they happen to move the tape, okay? And I don't know, if you want to check on penny stocks, you have Alpha. If you want to check on individual stocks, you have like Curtis, which is calling out individual stocks as well. So you guys have a lot of tools, you know, on our server in order to make money. You just need to manage, you know, your risk accordingly, and yeah, don't do stupid stuff, obviously, okay? Apple, Gilson Morusma. Let's go over Apple. Okay. Okay, guys, let me ask you something. Let me ask let me ask you guys a simple question over here. How many of you guys have iPhone? Or iPhones, I should say. Raise your hand. How many of you guys have an iPhone? I do, Justin. Who else? Well, so Justin is the only one? What phones are you guys buying? No, Niyat. Sajef says. Okay, but let me ask you something, guys. Are you guys willing to upgrade your iPhones if, Apple actually, Apple already announced that, I guess. But are you guys willing to upgrade your iPhones with this Apple intelligence stuff? Galaxy, Huawei, there you go. I used to own a Huawei when I was living outside the US. Maybe, there you go. There's no way I'm the only one with an iPhone. Yeah, correct. They are just shy, Justin. No, there you go. Take a look. So no iPhone people over here. Okay. Yeah, I told you. I told you guys last Thursday that this Apple intelligence stuff is going to be evaluated by the markets in February of next year, when Apple reports earnings for Q4 of 2024. So that's a long time, I'm telling you. So some people say that they are not willing to upgrade their iPhones based on the Apple intelligence. Okay, that's interesting. Guys, Apple had a very ugly day today. We know that it could be affected by the rebalancing of XLK tomorrow. So this is an easy one. If the bulls of Apple can burst above $214, this is the 5-day moving average. This is bullish behavior. Take a look. If I zoom out here, we can see the 50, the 100, the 200, the 20, and the 5-day moving average upward sloping. So this is still being a bullish chart, despite the fact that we saw a nasty reversal today in the case of Apple. So it's either Apple recaptures $214 and consolidates above that level. That's bullish behavior. That could be signaling that the bulls are gathering momentum in order to keep going higher. Or maybe Apple could be finding support at $206. This is a previous support back from June 12th that happens to coincide with this, how would I say this? This breakout candle to the upside. Take a look at this candle, guys. This is a breakout candle to the upside. Take a look. So Apple on one single trading session, guys, went from $206 up to $220 on one single trading session. So the bottom of this candle, or the bottom of breakout candles to the upside tend to act as either support or resistance. Okay? So in this case, if Apple keeps dropping, it is going to be visiting, as I just said, guys, the bottom of this breakout candle to the upside. So this is a spot from which Apple could be potentially bouncing back up. We are talking about $206. So $206, I might be thinking about playing a bounce in the case of Apple, or even better, I could give a thought about going long Apple if I happen to see a process of consolidation above $213. Okay, so these are the two levels that I am going to be keeping an eye on in the case of Apple. Let me see. We don't have a lot of buyers trapped over here. Let me see some anchor VWAPs. AAPL. Let me see. There it is. What if let me display an anchor VWAP from all-time highs, and this is $214, guys. If we display an anchor VWAP from all-time highs for Apple, which was hit back on June 12th at pretty much $220, we get an average price for those market participants of $214. We come back to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, guys, above 214 bucks, I think that Apple could keep going. Yeah, it is very possible. But I can also see Apple potentially bouncing back up from the bottom of this breakout candle to the upside, near $206. Let's see if the market structure of Apple says something meaningful. No, this is AMD. Sorry about that. AAPL. Alrighty, there you go. Come on, Apple. Okay. Pull up. Take a look, guys. So the demand is rising, which is positive, obviously, but take a look at the supply. The supply is also rising and above average. And again, when I say average, I am talking about this dotted line that I am pointing out with my mouse. So we can make the case that we still have buyers coming in for Apple, but sellers are starting to step in here as well. So we can reconcile this market structure short with the fact that Apple had a very ugly day today. So it isn't positive. Let's just put it that way if Apple isn't able to recapture 214 bucks. And well, we'll see. The supply is rising, so I am going to be a bit careful about buying the dip at 206 bucks because I mean, you guys just saw that the supply is rising, okay? And above average. So I would be careful, but I wouldn't rule out buying the dip on Apple near $206. So we have time to be bullish on Apple because they didn't report until next year. Now, the question that I am asking myself is this one, guys. So we have until today or until Tuesday, we had a very positive momentum on Apple based on the Apple Intelligence feature that is going to be incorporated on the new iPhone, which is going to be the iPhone 16, right? So my question, this is my question. Are the markets going to be as bullish as they were until last Tuesday based on the promise that Apple is going to be delivering a better than expected iPhone sales for Q4 of 2023? So can this momentum last, this very good momentum last on the promise of very good results in February of 2025? That is what I am kind of wondering. Can this momentum last that long? Because in the case of NVIDIA, guys, in the case of Supermicro, in the case of what other stock, I don't know. I mean, those are two very good cases. Those companies are showing the markets exponential growth, real exponential growth, net income wise, revenue wise. So, and that's why every single dip of those stocks end up being bought up, because those companies are showing the markets that they are making a lot of money thanks to AI. Okay? But in the case of Apple, we have zero results so far, AI-wise, zero. And the markets are going to have to wait until February of 2025 to see potentially Apple Intelligence paying off. Are they going to wait that long? That's what I am curious about. Exactly. Okay, MicroStrategy. MSTR. I know. It is MicroStrategy, but I say MicroStrategy. So, guys, this is pretty much a leveraged play in the markets related to Bitcoin. That's what it is. You guys know who is the CEO of MicroStrategy or MicroStrategy, MSTR. We are talking about none other than Michael Saylor. And what this guy is doing, guys, is something that I do not understand. So this guy is diluting his shareholders in order to raise cash, and he is using that cash to buy Bitcoin. It is a very risky bet, guys, because you guys know that Bitcoin is super volatile, super volatile. So if you guys trade MicroStrategy, you have to keep an eye on Bitcoin, guys. This is a leverage play. This is a leveraged BTC related play in the markets. So doing a technical analysis, guys, of MSTR, it is pretty much for the birds because this stock is simply tracking Bitcoin. That's it. And obviously, if Michael Saylor decides to dilute his shareholders, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks out, obviously, that is a very special catalyst that could be affecting MicroStrategy, regardless of whatever Bitcoin is doing. So this is something that you need to keep in mind, right? So Bitcoin is a little bit up after hours, 1.16%. I am taking a look at BTC futures, and it is trading at $65,000, pretty much $65,000. So in the case of MSTR, we have the 200, the 100, upward sloping. I am talking about DMAs. As of now, the 50-day moving average is trying to act as support near $1,420. So I don't know if the bulls can recapture this downward sloping 5-day moving average, which is signaling that in minor time frames, sellers are starting to gain control of MicroStrategy. Then this would be a potential positive signal in order to start a trade on MSTR, with obviously Bitcoin going higher. That's critical in order to trade the sticker. So say above $1,500, maybe you can think about giving this stock a shot up to, I don't know what, it could be the 20-day moving average near $1,582. So from $1,500 up to $1,582, this could represent a 5% profit trade. So this could be a potential trade on MicroStrategy. This is a ticker that I gotta tell you guys, I have never ever traded this stock in my entire life. Why? Because I don't have the stomach in order to deal with the volatility of MicroStrategy. I don't have the stomach. As traders, guys, and market participants, for the most part, in general terms, you need to understand your stomach. What kind of trades can my stomach handle? That is super important, guys. So I know what trades I don't like to deal with. So I know what trades, make me feel super uncomfortable, and I simply stay away from those trades. For instance, I traded futures a few years ago. Not my cup of tea. I didn't like it. It is super stressful. I have never traded zero DTE. I have never traded, 0 day to expiration. Why? Because it is kind of similar to trading futures, and I didn't feel comfortable trading futures, so I stopped doing it. And in the case of MSTR, this is a super valuable stock. So no. This is not a stock that I am going to be trading. Let me take a look at the market structure of MSTR. Okay. So a smart trader, guys, happens to understand what kind of trades he or she should be staying away from. Because those trades make them feel super uncomfortable. My stomach can't handle AMD. I am too nervous to trade futures. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. So, you can give it a try, but guys, in my opinion, if you start a trade and you cannot, let's say that you open a trade and you have to follow up on that trade second by second, that's a trade that you should stay away from. You should be able to open a trade, determine your exit, either your price target or your stop. Okay, set a sell order, or maybe you set a stop loss, and just you could be able to breathe normally. Say, once you open the trade, if you open a trade and right away you are suffering, don't open that trade. Don't take that trade, because that sensation of uncomfort is, let's say it is going to prevent you from remaining in this business for a long time. That is an advice that I would give you guys. Okay? So you need to, and obviously trading at times is makes you feel uncomfortable. It happens, obviously, right? But that sensation of being, of being, say, feeling uncomfortable has to be manageable. If you start the trade and right away you're sweating and you're suffering a lot, then stay away from that. Okay, that's my advice for you guys. Okay, MSTR. Let me see if I can see something meaningful here. Take a look at the market structure. This market structure of MSTR is signaling that we could have potentially lower prices coming up. Take a look at the demand. It is going down, pretty much collapsing, and the supply or sellers is going up and above average. So I'm thinking, and we can reconcile that market structure chart with the fact that over here we can see the 5-day moving average downward sloping. So if MSTR happens to break to the downside, this 50-day moving average at around $1,420, this could be a short. And obviously, in order to get puts over here, or in order to short MSTR, we would have to preferably have a confirmation signal coming from Bitcoin. So we would have to see Bitcoin going down. But in my opinion, guys, Bitcoin goes down further and MSTR breaks $1,420 to the downside. This could be a short, down to pretty much $1,300 approximately. And if I pull up some anchor VWAPs over here, let me see, what do I see? MSTR, MicroStrategy, let's see. Let me display an anchor VWAP from all-time highs. What do you get? There you go, take a look. If we display an anchor volume weighted average price line from all-time highs of MicroStrategy, pretty much at $2,000. MSTR hit $2,000 back on March 27th. We get an average price of $1,470. So take a look. It would be positive for MSTR to be able to consolidate above both the 5-day moving average, which as of now is downward sloping and is not signaling positive stuff for MSTR, but also above the anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs of MSTR. So above $1,480, you can maybe think about going long MicroStrategy. There you go. Mike Collins bought $15,000 of Velo 2 days ago. Here's the first politician to buy this coin. It might be worth a try. Okay. I haven't heard of Velo, and I am an investor on cryptocurrencies myself. On, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. I will take a look at it. Thanks for the info. Not a problem, guys. Can you review Walmart and Amazon? Sure. Absolutely. I was taking a look at Amazon today, guys, because I was taking a look at the IV rank. And the IV rank of Amazon is sitting at 12%. What does that imply? That both calls and puts are very, very cheap as of now. Very, very cheap. Okay? So that implies that pretty much during the last 12 months, only 10% of the time, Amazon's options have been more expensive than now. So we have very cheap options in the case of Amazon. And this is a very good looking chart, by the way. If I zoom in here, take a look, guys. Clear uptrend above all the moving averages. The 200, the 100, both of them are upward sloping. And Amazon, as of now, is trading above the 20, the 50, and the 5-day moving average. So unless we see a rook pull in the markets, which could happen, you never know. We have the summer solstice occurring tonight. this technical chart is potentially signaling higher prices for Amazon. I would like to see it consolidating above this previous resistance back from April 30th. So above 186 bucks. I think that this is super bullish behavior for Amazon. And say that we start a position above $186 and we close that position. Let's say we have two potential, this is a potential gap to the upside, say $190. So from 186 bucks up to $190, this could represent a 1.56% profit trade, nothing to sneeze at. So above 186-ish, I would be grabbing Amazon calls. Needless to say, taking into account that the IV rank is sitting at 12% as of now. So both calls and puts are super cheap. And that implies that you don't need a super push to either the upside or the downside in order to profit from Amazon's options as of now. Okay, because the IV rank is super, super low. Let me take a look at the market structure of Amzn. Amazon. Let's see. Demand and supply. Take a look, guys. So the demand is starting to go down, and the supply is below average. And we can make the case that kind of going down as well. But you never want to see the demand of any given stock going down. So this market structure short could be signaling that we could see a bit more of downside for Amazon, which by the way went up today 1.80%, but it is trading as of now. Let me see. Yeah, pretty much 3% of the highs. So we have seen a bit of profit taken over here, and we have a previous high back from this was back from June 12th. So ideally, guys, and since the demand is starting to go down, I would like to see Amazon consolidating above 187 bucks in order to go long. Okay, that would be the perfect scenario. Let me see, where do we have the buyers that come from all-time highs sitting at as of now? So Amazon, Amzn. Let's see. Oh, there you go. So take a look at this anchor VWAP that comes from all-time highs. It is signaling as of now $184 approximately. So yeah, guys, above 180, 187-ish, we didn't have neither clear areas of overhead supply nor important areas of resistance. Okay, so above 186, I would be going on Amazon more likely than not. Prime Day approaching for Amazon in a few weeks. Oh, that could be a positive catalyst for sure. Yeah. Micron, Dikela. Let's go over Micron. It had an ugly reversal today, guys. I think. Yeah, take a look at that. Same stuff that I said about Apple and about the SPY. So Micron went down today 6%, and it closed the trading session at $144.19. 5-day moving average, this white line that I am pointing out with my mouse. Micron recaptures 146 bucks. I would be going long because we would have, if that were the case, we would have this stock trading above all the moving averages, and all the moving averages upward sloping. So this would be bullish behavior. Yeah, above 146, I would be going long. And in case of further downside for Micron, what about a potential visit down to the upward sloping 20-day moving average near $134? $134 happens to coincide, or this 20-day moving average happens to coincide with a former resistance back from early June and also back from May 29th. So in case of more downside for Micron, I think that we could see buyers stepping in near $134 approximately. I'm not going to take a look at any anchor VWAPs because this stock was trading at all-time highs pretty much on Tuesday. But let me take a look at the market structure of Micron. And let's see, what do we have here? Take a look. It is a very good looking market structure, guys. The demand is rising. The supply is going down. So according to the market structure that I just showed you guys, above 146, bullish. And that market structure suggests that a potential test of $134 could be a successful one. More likely than not. Alrighty. Any other requests, guys? Before I wrap it up, can you go over Cava? Sure. Do you guys like Cava? I haven't been to Cava yet. Yeah, I haven't tried their food quite yet. I usually go to Yafu Kitchen. Yafu is awesome, guys. And I think that Cava pretty much, they make like Mediterranean food as well, right? Yeah, Yafu is excellent. I love it. Excuse me, guys. Alrighty. So, let's see. The nasty reversal as well. Wow, guys, as well. We have a lot of very similar technical patterns out there, right? After today's trading session. So the same thing, guys. All of the moving averages are upward sloping. That's bullish. But the bulls weren't able to close the trading session today below the 5-day moving average. So below $93. So say Cava recaptures $93 tomorrow and consolidates above this level. This is bullish behavior. Clear uptrend above all the moving averages upward sloping. So above $93, this chart looks super bullish and could be signaling higher prices for Cava. Let me take a look at the market structure. Let's see, Cava group. And what do we see over here? Okay, the demand is rising, but at the same time, the supply is also rising above the level of the demand and above average. So this market structure could be signaling that that sellers could still have more progress to be made in minor time frames. That is potentially possible. So I would be careful below $93. And if this 20-day moving average happens to be broken to the downside, say $88, this is also a previous support back from June 14th and also a previous resistance back from May 28th. I maybe could think about grabbing puts here, guys. Okay? If $88 happens to be broken to the downside. And this stock, by the way, made today a brand new all-time highs. So we don't have, we don't have many buyers trapped above the current price of Cava. So above $93, I think this chart looks very bullish. Someone asked about Tessie, right? I think that someone asked about Tesla. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at Tessie before I wrap it up. Tessie. Today we got bad news, guys. I think that we had a decline in sales in Europe year over year. Not good news for Tesla. So Tesla went down 1.78% and it closed the trading session at $181.57. Not a good looking chart, guys. We have the 200-day moving average downward sloping. Tesla has been going down for the last 2 trading sessions. Today, the 5-day moving average, which had started to go up, was broken to the downside, and Tesla closed the trading session today below this white line, the 5-day moving average. So not a good looking chart. For me, in order to go long Tessie, guys, I would have to see the bulls consolidating above 183. Again, the 5-day moving average that happens to coincide with a previous resistance back from late May and also with a previous resistance back from mid-May. So above 183, we could see maybe potentially the bulls gathering momentum in order to fill once again the gap up to $190, which is a spot at which Tesla fell on 2 occasions recently. And I don't know, guys, this would be the only trade that I would be thinking about Tesla, at least to the upside, and keep an eye on the convergence of the 100 and the 20-day moving average near $177. If this level happens to be broken to the downside, we could see Tessie going down further. So yeah, for whoever who wants to go long Tesla, I would I would wait for a process of consolidation above $184. Not a good looking chart. And again, guys, and I have told you this on multiple occasions, take a look at this. And again, this is what I use the anchor VWAPs for, okay, in order to determine where do I have buyers trapped. At what levels I have buyers trapped in regard to any specific stock. Take a look at this, guys. This is an anchor VWAP that comes from Tesla's last year's high. Over here, we find buyers trapped at $216. Take a look at this other anchor volume weighted average price line that comes from the first trading session of 2023. Over here, we have buyers trapped at $206. And I can still, draw or display many other AVWAPs. And basically, guys, the conclusion over here in regard to Tesla is that we have, this is bag holder central. We have buyers trapped all over the place. So what this implies in practical terms is that any attempt of Tesla to go higher, on a consistent way or manner is very likely to come across with a lot of, I would say NC buyers that they just want to liquidate their positions on Tesla breaking even in order to deploy that capital in better investments. Because this investment, since I would say July of last year, has been a very poor one. So this is good. If Tesla is able to eventually, recover, in a substantial way, that process of recovery is going to be a very tough one, guys, because we have a lot of buyers trapped all over the place. Let me see if from a market structure standpoint, do we see something hopeful for Tessie? Let's see. And yeah, the demand is starting to rise, but the supply is also rising at the same time. But we can tell that the level of the demand is a bit higher than the level of the supply. So potentially, we can make a case here that we have more buyers than sellers in minor timeframes. So give me Tessie above 183, and I would give it a thought in order to, I don't know, maybe grab some calls and stuff like that. But this would be a short-term trade, guys. Because, yeah, we have a lot of buyers trapped all over the place in the case of Tesla. Yeah, I'm trapped in Tesla. I am also trapped in Tesla, by the way. I have a position of 50 shares at $190. But that's a trade, okay? So, yeah, we'll see when I close the trade. Okay, guys, I have to wrap it up. I have a meeting in 20 minutes, 3 blocks away from my place. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I will see you guys on Discord. Let's see if they can move the tape tomorrow as well. And wow, I am really antsy, guys, in order to trade the SPY. I haven't started a trade on the SPY, guys, in a month, 3 weeks. And I love trading the SPY, but whatever, it is what it is. Okay, take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay? Bye. Best regards from North Carolina. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.